Okay, installing our self-adhesive felts. Now, while pretty simple, at the same time it's really important to get a good bond into those furniture legs that we follow a few key principles. So to start out with, just want to check your chair legs, make sure you have a nice, clean, flat surface area. We really want to cover as much of that surface area as possible, just so that felt can bond into the furniture leg. So if you have any old adhesive there, you want to remove that. If you have those small white chair caps that sometimes come with your furniture legs, if possible you really want to remove them as well, because if you can get on that nice flat even surface, you'll get a lot better result with your actual adhesive. So let's have a look at a few examples of how that you can install. Okay, so once we've got our chair legs, what we want to do is remove anything there that's going to stop the adhesive from impregnating into the bottom of the chair leg. So in this case we've got some old self-adhesive felts that are on the bottom of these chair legs, which we want to remove. Now it could be some white caps or something like that that's on the bottom of your legs, but what you want to do is just remove anything to try and get a nice flat even surface area on the bottom of the chair leg. So these are a little bit difficult to come off. What you can see is there's going to be some self-adhesive left there on the bottom of that chair leg, and what we want to try and do is remove the rest of that just with a knife to start off with. Okay, so we've got most of that adhesive off the bottom of that chair leg. Now all you want to do is just clean it up with some sandpaper. You want some rough sandpaper, because what you want to do is expose that grain in the timber and just give it a good sand. Okay, so we've got a nice clean flat surface area there. It's nice and roughed up with the sandpaper. So all you want to do is just make sure that that's nice and clean. So just remove any of that excess dust with a rag, maybe just a bit of metho on the rag just to give it a good clean, and that we've got a perfect surface area there for the self-adhesives to go on. So in this case we've got a leg that's about 25 mil in diameter, so we're just going to grab our 25 millimeter felt, just remove the backing from the self-adhesive and just place that on top of the surface area, which covers most of the surface area on this leg. Give it a nice push down for maybe 3 or 4 seconds, 5 seconds, just hold in place. Now all you want to do is just do that with all your 4 legs, put them on back down as per normal, and you just want to leave it with the weight of the chair overnight, just so that adhesive can get into the grain of the timber, and that way we're going to have our best chance of that adhesive getting stuck right in there. Okay, as I mentioned before, it's really important that we cover most of the surface area of the bottom of that chair leg. So sometimes you might find that your furniture legs are not the exact size to fit any of our models, and that's pretty simple to resolve. All you want to do is just grab one of the larger pads in our range and cut them down to size, and we'll give you a bit of an idea how that's done with this chair leg. Okay, so there's going to be plenty of different size, shapes and styles of chair legs out there, and our models are not going to fit exactly to every size. So in this case with this chair leg, one of our standard models is going to fit on there, and it's going to work pretty well. There's no doubt about it, but if we can carry or sort of cover most of that surface area, then you're going to get a lot better result. Those little corners around the edges, there's always a chance of dust starting to build up and get underneath the actual self-adhesive felt. So if we can cover the bottom of that surface area more, then we'll get a lot better result. To do that, all we're going to do is grab one of our larger pads. In this case, it's just one of our 76 millimeter models. We do have larger ones there as well. And all we're going to do is basically trace out the outline of that leg. And so whether that be a round, oblong, just trace it out on one of our larger models, and then all you're going to do is cut that out. So just grab a pair of scissors or a sharp Stanley knife, anything like that, and just cut it out to fit the bottom of that chair leg. So once we've removed that, we'll just grab the chair leg again, remove the backing on the self-adhesive felt, and just make sure that that lines up perfectly with the bottom of that leg again, and that's perfect. Now that's covering pretty much all of that surface area. We'll just leave that overnight with the weight of the chair on all 4 legs after they're done, and I can absolutely guarantee you that is not going anywhere in a hurry. So really important, make sure the bottom of those chair legs are nice and clean, have a nice flat surface, cover most of the surface area, and you should get plenty of life out of those self-adhesive felts.